Well, we're in the top of the ninth inning. As we mentioned, Tom Seaver received a standing ovation as he left the Cincinnati dugout and slowly made his way out toward the mound. Seaver has pitched 8 no-hit innings against the St. Louis Cardinals, so he will be going to the ninth inning for the 4th time in his illustrious major league career with a no-hitter. His closest brush with a no-hitter coming in 1975 against Chicago with 2 outs and 2 strikes on Joe Wallace, who just yesterday was traded off the Cubs ball club. Wallace got a base hit. It's going to be Jerry Mumphrey to lead it off. The same man who was on deck in the 8th inning when Seaver got Mike Phillips on a fly ball to left field. Ray Knight is playing in shallow at third. The left-handed batting Mumphrey waiting on Seaver. The pitch is taken high, ball 1. Seaver does not have to worry about the score. The Reds have scored 4 times for him tonight. His 1-0 to Jerry Mumphrey is up, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. 38,216 on hand tonight. And Seaver 3 outs away from his first no-hitter. The 2-0 pitch. That's high, ball 3. Mumphrey batting .174. He is 1 for 4 as a Cardinal pinch hitter. He takes a strike. On deck is Lou Brock. Seaver rocks to the wind. The 3-1 pitch is outside, ball 4. And Jerry Mumphrey becomes the first Cardinal base runner since Kenny Reitz drew a second inning base on balls. 19 consecutive Cardinal batters had been retired between bases on balls. I don't think you could blame Tom Seaver for, at this point, being a wee bit nervous. That base on balls to Mumphrey will get Doug Baer starting to throw in the Cincinnati bullpen. Here is Lou Brock. He's bounced out twice and flied out foul to left field. He checks his swing, and that's a strike. Seaver with Mumphrey at first. Comes back to Brock, and he misses high, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Gary Templeton will be up next. Knight is even and a step or 2 inside the bag at third. Concepcion and Morgan at double play depth. Dreesen off the bag and behind the runner Mumphrey at first. The outfield shading Brock toward left. The 1-1. That's high. 2 balls and a strike. Seaver has walked pinch hitter Jerry Mumphrey. He is behind a Lou Brock at 2-1. He pauses, he pitches. Swung on, looped down the left field line. That's going to be a foul ball and falls untouched in the Cardinal bullpen. Foster couldn't get it. Ray Knight and Davey Concepcion going back, they couldn't get it. So you level the count on Lou Brock at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mumphrey goes back to first base. Seaver, with 5 career one-hitters, has never thrown a no-hit baseball game. He is in the 9th inning right now with Mumphrey at first through a walk, nobody out, and a no-hitter working against the Cardinals. A 2-2 to Brock. He fouls it back on a late swing. Tom has certainly not been overpowering tonight, as we saw him exhibit in St. Louis 2 starts ago when 5 of the last 6 outs were strikeouts. He's fanned only 3 batters, the last being Hendrick leading off the 4th inning. He's ready now with a 2-2 to Brock. That is fouled out of play, and the veteran Cardinal left fielder, himself hoping to reach the 3,000 hit mark in 1978, as Pete Rose has done earlier, hanging in against Seaver with a holding 2-2 count. Baer is throwing in the bullpen. Seaver back on the pitching rubber. Brock out away from the plate, making Tom wait a moment longer on the mound. And now the staccato clapping starts up at Riverfront among the 38,216. Brock levels a bat. Seaver with a slow come down to the belt, the pitch, and a bouncer foul toward the Cincinnati dugout and in. Tom now pacing around behind the mound as he rubs up the new baseball provided by plate umpire Terry Tata. Brock steps back in. Donnie Werner hangs a sign. The stretch, the kick, and the pitch. A fly ball hit back into left field. Foster is there. He's got it. 1 out. Seaver 2 outs away as Brock flies to left, and the batter will be Gary Templeton, the Cardinal shortstop. This young man always a threat because of his outstanding speed. He has grounded to short, fly to deep left field, and popped up in foul ground to Werner. Knight is shallow at third. The pitch to Templeton inside. And low, ball 1. You've got speed at first base in Jerry Mumphrey and blistering speed at the plate in Gary Templeton. It would be very tough to double them up. Seaver's 1-0 to the plate, and that swung on and missed. A fastball up and away, and Templeton could not get it. 1-1. Knight now about even with a bag at third, but creeping in slowly as Seaver comes back to Templeton. Bouncing ball, shortstop. Concepcion. Morgan will hold the throw at second base as they get the force out on Mumphrey. 2 away in the Cardinal 9th inning, and Seaver is 1 out away. The batter is George Hendrick as they start to their feet here at Riverfront Stadium. Seaver 1 out away from the first no-hitter of his major league career, and what would be the 14th in the long history of the Cincinnati Reds. George Hendrick, big, strong, right-handed batter, has gone hitless in 3 times. He has struck out once. Seaver pitches. Hendrick takes a strike. Now the crowd begins to roar with every pitch. Mumphrey has been forced at second. Templeton, the runner at first, 2 out. The strike 1 pitch coming to Hendrick. He swings and pops it foul, but it's going to be out of play as Donnie Werner runs to the near end of the Cincinnati dugout, and it falls back in the stands. Strike 2. There has never been a no-hit game pitched by a Cincinnati Reds pitcher here at Riverfront. The last Reds no-hitter thrown was back on the 30th of April, 1969 by Jim Maloney. At Crosley Field, he no-hit the Houston Astros 10-0. Seaver is a strike away. He stretches. He checks the runner. He pitches. He pitches high a fastball, and it's 1-2. They are standing all over the ballpark. Hendrick waiting on Seaver's 1-2 pitch. Tom sets, he kicks and fires. He pops it up, and it's going to be out of play directly back of the plate. So Tom Seaver now a strike away from his first major league no-hitter. The Reds leading at 4-0 in the 9th inning. Hendrick puts a head of the bat on the plate. Werner hangs a sign. Seaver with a pause, the check and the pitch. He bounces to first base. Dreesen has it. He goes to the bag, and Seaver's got it. Tom Seaver has pitched his first major league no-hitter, and this one belongs to the Reds. Seaver is being mobbed at first base as George Hendrick bounces a routine 2-hopper to Danny Dreesen, and the 38,216 at Riverfront Stadium are standing. Tom Seaver has thrown the first no-hitter of his major league career, the 14th no-hitter in the long history of the Cincinnati Reds, and he did it in almost routine fashion tonight. He throws his hat high over his head, acknowledging the applause and the recognition of this crowd at Riverfront Stadium. Tom Seaver has thrown the second no-hit, no-run game. In the National League in 1978, Bob Force did it 2 months ago to the very day when he no-hit the Philadelphia Phillies 4-0, and Tom Seaver has no-hitted the St. Louis Cardinals here tonight against the crowd here, a tremendous crowd, and Seaver winning it 4-0, his first major league no-hitter, and what a ball game.